Well, attempts to get competing resolutions on the conflict through the UN Security Council have exposed some deep diplomatic fault lines. Now, the US has finalised its version with some key changes. Well, for more on this, we can go to New York and our correspondent Gabriel Elizondo, who's live for us. So what's interesting about this US resolution, Gabe?
Yeah, this is the final draft. It could be voted upon as soon as Tuesday afternoon, we're hearing. And it's 4 pages long, 18 different points. But there are two that I want to point out that are new in this final draft. There's one point that says any movement of people must be voluntary, safe, and consistent with international law, and urges all parties to take appropriate steps to promote the safety and well-being of civilians and their safe movement. This is key because this is essentially the U.S. saying that they would want any movement of people to be voluntary and not forced. That goes to the issue of Israel demanding that people in the north of Gaza relocate to the south, the U.S. saying it needs to be voluntary and not forced. Aside from that, another key point in this draft, it calls for all measures necessary, such as humanitarian pauses, to allow for humanitarian aid. Keyword, humanitarian pauses there. The U.S. had not agreed to that previously. It's something that many Security Council members had wanted put in, and the U.S. clearly relenting on that, noticeably not demanding a humanitarian pause, but at least in this final version here, at least suggesting that the U.S. would be open to it in this resolution.
Yeah, Gabriel, it was about 7 days ago that the UN Security Council had rejected a Russian resolution. It was condemning violence and terrorism against civilians, but it made no mention of Hamas. Is there any chance that this one is going to pass?
Will this pass? It's anyone's guess at this point. I mean, this version, the final version here, is certainly closer to what Security Council members have voted for previously in a Brazil resolution that 12 members voted for. The U.S. vetoed it. It'll be key to watch Russia and how Russia votes on this, if they abstain or if they choose to wield the veto power that they have or not. But the bottom line is it's anyone's guess right now. Antony Blinken, the Secretary of State, is planning to be at the United Nations. There was supposed to be a vote on this Tuesday morning. That has been postponed now. And the thinking is perhaps Blinken wants to try to drum up support for the U.S. resolution before it eventually does go to a vote.
Gabriel Elizondo bringing us up to date from New York. Thank you very much indeed.